Hi, good morning everyone. This is David Ward from Northwest Overlanders. Today's little job on the Land Rover is wheel hub. I've got a intermittent issue with my ABS, with my three Amigos coming on all the time. So first of all, I swapped out the sensor, just the sensor on its own, and that doesn't seem to have sorted it really. So the advice from local independent Land Rover garages is to change the hub and the sensor at the same time. So I've ordered one of those. It came from JGS 4x4, pretty good price, and they came fairly quick as well. And so today we're going to be swapping the hub out, and hopefully that might be, but at least eliminate an issue that it could be, in case we need to then go any further. So what we've done so far is we've changed, got the wheel off, undid the nuts on the wheel, and then because we're going to now obviously we've got the wheel off, wheel nuts, but we need to get the hub bolt off. Now I know on a lot of videos at the show online and stuff like that, they are pretty tight. Now mine was very tight. I was bothered. I've got a new breaker bar today to try and do it, and I'll show you the tools I'm working with, show you what I've done so far, and just give people like yourself. I'm not a mechanic. I do try and fix my own car, but I'm not a trained mechanic by any means. I just sort of go off other people's advice and I try and get on with it. So I'll show you where we're up to now. Okay, so this is where we're up to so far now. So we've got the wheel off. When I took the wheel off, the nuts, undid the nuts, put the car back on the ground again, because that's the way they recommend, obviously, to try and get this this hub bolt off. Now there is a bit of sort of online when you ask what size this bolt is. Now I'm quite lucky to have some old tools as well. Now the one I've found which has been perfect for this is 1.25 inches AF. That seems to have worked perfect fit on the nut, and it seems to have come off. But as I said though, this is the breaker bar that I'm working with. Probably could have done to have a longer one, to be fair, but that bolt was on really tight, to the point where I honestly thought the bar was bending. I thought we were going to have a bit of an issue with it. It seems like it's a fairly new nut. I don't think it was done that long ago. So what we're going to do next is we're going to undo that bolt a little bit, but then obviously what we need to do is we need to take the brake carrier off, brake pads and disc, to see obviously, and let's get behind and find that hub. So I'll catch up with you when we've done that. Okay then, welcome back. Right, okay, so we've got the hub off, which was not the easiest thing, but again, just tight bolts. Sort of, if you go off road, you can't really expect everything to be all nice and loose for you. Okay, so I think we may have diagnosed the problem or the issue that we've been having. Now, on inspection of the hub looks all right, but if you can see very closely inside there, it seems to be scoring on top of the ABS ring, and also on the bottom of the sensor. Find it, there you go. It seems to be some wear on the top of it, which obviously shows that the sensor was touching the ring, which may, or probably will have diagnosed issues. I'm sure there is a gap between the two. So hopefully the hub that I've bought already comes with a sensor all built, or comes with it. So the tolerances hopefully will have been set already. So what we're going to do now is obviously have a bit of a clean up. Clean the face where that new bearing will go back. The bearing will go back in again. Give everything a nice clean up. Probably the hardest thing to get off actually was the brake disc cover. All the bolts had pretty much disappeared, the heads on them. So it was just a case of knocking a socket on that was nearest size and obviously breaking them off. But probably have to get a couple more screws for those instead now. But so hopefully the rest of it should be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to do some clean up. And then we'll come back when we're about to fit the new hub. Okay, so we've cleaned up the hub, make sure all the mating surfaces here all nice and clean and tidy and flat. Make sure they're all nice. We've now got our new hub here. Which hopefully will sort out the issue that we have. As you see, new sensor all built in. So we'll get this installed now. So it shouldn't be too hard to do. Hopefully this will rectify the ABS lights. Hopefully, maybe not, but yeah, I'm sure it will do. Okay. Right, okay, so we've got the hub back on. Put the carrier and pads. Everything seems to be tightened up all right. What we've also done is that these always need a bit of grease, these, to get them in, because they struggle to get in. But we've gone through up there into there and we've connected it back up under the bonnet as well. Hopefully that'll be able to sort it out. So now we're on to this, the hub washer. Now what I've done is I've put the wheel back on, lowered it down and tightened it up with a long bar. Obviously I think it's 350 newton meters. It's really tight. So now what we need to do is on the, if you can just see, just down there on the end of the spindle there's a flat. So what we need to do is knock the nut with a chisel to put it into that flat there to obviously make sure that it doesn't come off. So we're going to be doing that next, and with a bit of luck hopefully that will have sorted it, and everything should be back in order again. So just to recap, it's a bit of a palaver, you know what I mean, just for a sensor really, but from what I can gather, buying them as a pair when you get the sensor and the hub together sometimes just makes more sense. It is a bit of a hard job just for a sensor in effect, but it's just proven obviously with it just touching the top of the sensor ring it needed changing. So what I'll do is I'll catch up with you later on, just once we've put everything back together again and we give the car a drive out, and hopefully it may have sorted it. Probably what I'm going to have to do is borrow a friend's code reader just to delete the code that's probably sat on there now, and then see where we go from there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been useful at all, and we'll see you next time we're fixing something. Thank you. So I've just been on a quick test drive with the car. Everything sounds great, but the great news is that before I started this, my 3 Amigo lights were on. All I've done is just as soon as I turned the car on, I just had an ABS light and the other 2 lights didn't come back on. So drove it literally a few feet down the road. The ABS light's gone off now and I've got a completely clear dash. So that's been a result. So yeah, so anybody who gets 3 Amigos on, obviously, you know, I'd recommend first of all, for the factor of about 46 quid, you know, just, you know, change the hub. And my code said when I had it, first of all there was an intermittent signal, and then after that it came up with a electrical failure, which is probably with that hub, with the sensor and the ABS ring touching each other, is probably why that's failed. So but yeah, so it just said on the code reader electrical failure. So anybody gets that, then obviously change your hub, see if that makes any difference. I think it's probably a good fix. It's not, you know, it's not too expensive, and you know, just a few hours on your drive when you can do it. So all right, so thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.